Comrade Chairman, other members on the head table. Well, I can't say Comrade Minister, but I would say Comrade Glynis, the Honorable Glynis Roberts. And comrades, to your honor and to your glory, I would ask you to give this lady from your constituency a lusty round of applause. Comrades, when we began this journey, in order to do a number of things. Essentially, it was a journey of change. Simply because when we began this journey, many things were not going right. When we began this journey on a platform of Grenadian patriotism. We began this journey without class, or without color, or without creed. We began this journey with a singular honesty and a mission to create a better life for the people, the working people of this country. That is how we began this journey. When Glynis entered the political fray, it was with that honesty. And I want you to recall, when this lady entered the political fray, one of the consequences, and I want you tonight to be reflective. I want you tonight to think and remember, because there are many Johnny comes lately. There are many of those who the mountain has been hacked, the trees have been cut, the pickaxe have leveled the road, and they believe they have an easy time to walk. So they are now coming out of the blue. And I'm hearing all kinds of names. I'm hearing names of those who live in Lansapine. I hear the names of those who live in some extant places. I even hear that is one who writes every week in the newspaper but afraid to use his name. I don't know if he's Eddie Frederick, but I hear Eddie Frederick is one of those who might be coming. I want you to reflect when we began this journey. When we began this journey, this lady, after 20-something years of working with the European Union, I want you to recall that, who had a secure job, who was working in a secure place, who had a very good job, was forced to give up her job once she announced that she was going to begin this journey on your behalf. I want you to recall that. It is very important. Because I know that many working people in this area feel let down. Tonight when we assemble here, we assembled with broken hearts. Earlier on the news, I saw a comrade of mine celebrating. And he was celebrating on the news, according to him, that they get out Peter David and they get out Glynis and others. And there was a celebration. And I couldn't understand whether or not that individual had made a step into the culture of the Hindus, who, from my understanding of their culture, they use the point of death as a celebration. Because essentially where the NDC is now is right back to where we resurrected when it came from. So I could not understand what this celebration was all about. Now, these are no doubt difficult economic times. When we began this journey, we began the journey to improve the lives of ordinary working people. And that's why I came on board. I came on board. I didn't hide. I didn't have to write my name as Stone Crusher, although I'm really Eddie Frederick. I came out in the open. And I said that I am joining this journey. And I went on the political platform because I felt that with this momentum of change, it was in the circumstances the best thing for the working people and for the workers that I represent. So, I came on board with the journey. Let us be clear. I was not looking for a work. I didn't end up in the Ministry of Finance as a de facto Minister of Finance. I didn't end up in tourism running the tourist board. I didn't end up as an advisor to the Prime Minister drawing a big salary. And when I get an opportunity, I went to get an even bigger salary and end up working for $7,000 as an advisor to the Prime Minister. I had the job that I always had, and ask Talon knows because Talon has been a proud member of the Technical and Allied Workers Union. I have the same job that I have always had. And it is a job I like. And some people ask me, Chess, why you like this job so? I say, because let me tell you something, representing workers for me, right, is even better than good sex. For me. In other words, that is what I cut out to do. So when I joined Glynis and others on this journey, I didn't do like some of the advisors who had self-interest. Who had self-interest. Now, we are no doubt in difficult economic times. There's no doubt about that. But when I began this journey, and in 2003, where the party had no persons in the parliament, none. And within 18 months, when those who they now call communists, I mean, could you imagine that they have become so guile, so unprincipled, and you know, they have been attacking their own more than they have been attacking the opposition? When Eddie and or Stone Crusher writes in the newspaper every week, religiously, and denigrates an ordinary working woman, call her frock lady, right? And all kind of denigrating words. Now, these are the people, it is my understanding that one of the beef with Eddie Frederick is he say that he went to Peter to become ambassador to China. And he wanted to top that up, to also become a knight. So he requested from Peter to arrange a knighthood for him so he could become a sir. And he goes off to China to be ambassador. Well, I don't know which world Frederick lives in. But we are living in the real world. And my understanding is that is his beef with Peter David. To the extent, and you see, I have to tell you this, you see, I have to tell you this because we have to understand what's happening. We have to understand what's happening. Because the dream of thousands of Grenadian working people have been shattered. The hope, not just of you as party supporters, have been shattered. Because those of us who are out in the vineyards working day and night. I notice when Eddie gives now his attributes and contributes of those who helped to put the NDC in office, he had dropped my name. But I have never worked for reward. I work because of an ideological commitment to ordinary working people. And I have said that I will give my life for that. So I don't want to be an ambassador, neither do I want to be Sir Humphrey. In fact, I was called sometime this year and told that they wanted to give me an award. And I said, I would not accept an award, particularly if that award comes from the Queen. So I would not accept an award because I do what I do because that's how my genes are programmed. I no look for no special award. But I want you to focus on the efforts that has been made by your representative. Now, I know that we are a bit dissatisfied that much has not happened. But you can't judge her individually. The government itself hasn't done much. The government itself has not done much. And whatever little that has been done, you have to give significant praise to her. Let me tell you something. Had it not been for Glynis Roberts, security guards would never have gotten that increase that they got. In fact, when Glynis fought in the cabinet and got that increase, Naz overturned it. Naz overturned it. And there had to be more fighting in the cabinet to bring it forward. Now, they're saying that we're in a world crisis. We know that. There's no doubt about that. But the same world crisis that we are in, St. Vincent is in that world crisis, but Ralph is able to lend us $10 million. The same world crisis that we are in, and that the advisors are talking about, because let me tell you something, they don't like Ralph, No, they don't like Ralph. They say a lot of negative things about Ralph, and I know them. I know them. But the same economic crisis that we are in, Ralph is building an international airport. Not only has Ralph built an international airport, in fact, he has built two. Because if you're flying into the Grenadines now, if you're flying into Canawan, there is a Jet International Airport in Canawan. So Ralph, even in this economic crisis, not only is he able to lend Grenada money, he has, at the end of this year or early next year or mid-year, he would have built two international airports. Two international airports. Well, all right, let me go to a place waiting in Ganja. Let me go to a place, because I don't know government collect taxes from Ganja. I don't know that. What I do know is Ralph is building this international airport with international assistance. He gets money from Venezuela. He gets assistance from Cuba. He gets money even from Iran. He gets money from the Scandinavian countries. He's just gotten a grant from Italy. In other words, he's following the same example that we followed. Because I tell you something, St. Vincent is further from the source of gas than Grenada. Yet gas prices and cooking gas prices are cheaper in St. Vincent. And we're in the same economy. As a matter of fact, Grenada's economy is much more diversified. But let me go to a place within Ganja. Right now as I speak to you, yes, we're in the same difficult economic circumstance, But if you land on the airport in Antigua, as I land almost every week, you will see a massive new international terminal being built. And it is being built with Chinese money and assistance. So I'm saying a number of things could have been done. Let's take CCC. Since this government has came in office, the vast majority of CCC workers have been unemployed. And that is a project that could implement or could employ over 1,000 persons. I went to the government, I went to the Prime Minister twice and begged him. I say, sir, these are hard economic times coming. Sit down with the CCC and negotiate. And you know what is worse? I have credible information in my possession that at the end of the day, although they kicked out CCC, create prolonged unemployment for many workers. As I understand it, CCC is the one that has been recommended by the engineering project management firm to do the job. So they're right back to where they started. And had they been not stupidly led, you see, there's some fellas, they're so bright that quite often they get stupid. And I believe that Mr. Burke is in that category. He ain't telling you where the money coming from, but my understanding is that a lot of that money is to come from the workers' business, and that is the National Insurance Scheme. So, thanks to the National Insurance Scheme, public workers got paid last month. And maybe, thanks to the National Insurance Scheme, you might get paid this month. So I'm saying it is not magic. It is not magic, but I am here to lend my support to an individual who has touched my heart. This lady has remained in the most painful time of her life. Her husband didn't die with a sudden heart attack. He died from cancer, and she looked at him died. She had to attend to him together with her children, while at the same time representing you. And I want you to give consideration to that sacrifice and to return this lady, whenever the election is called, back to the parliament, because she's a genuine son and daughter of the soil. The Honorable Glynis Roberts, my comrade.